Hey guys, hello, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to actually look into your love life and actually, instead of just saying, oh, well, what's going on with X, blah, 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 we're going to actually look into, some of the normal patterns that take place within your relationship. So we're going to explore your relationship dynamics, essentially. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to title this, but it'll come to my head, sooner than later. But in the meantime, thanks for joining. If you like this channel, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future posts. And if you would like a personal reading with me, feel free to reach out to me at information provided in the description box below. So thanks so much. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I'm going to do the first random one. We're going to go for, now, I would say definitely Sagittarius has showed up. So we're going to read for Sagittarians first, and then we're going to also read for the Pisceans. So let's do Sagittarius first. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. What is your love language? How do you approach love? How do Sagittarians, Centaurians approach love? They should be short. How's that full moon in Capricorn feeling for you as well? Because I know that that's on the rise. Not sure exactly the date which is supposed to take place. I just know there's a full moon in Capricorn in the works, and people are, I guess, going to feel a bit more grounded, stable, bring that Capricorn energy to the fore. And I think that should help a lot of people out, especially those who are getting stable with their finances and emotionally stable as well. It can sometimes bring a bit of melancholy, which is typical of Capricorn, because of the nature of this Saturn. Capricorns are ruled by Saturn, and yeah, it can make them taskmasters. It can make them, focused on their work and achieving the next results, but it can also sometimes make them feel a bit gloomy, and that's where we get the word Saturnian from. It means kind of gloomy and dark. But enough banter. Let's get started. How are Sagittarians in their love? Okay, so, oh, cool. Oh, sweet. Who do you normally attract in your love life? King of Cups. How do your relationships start? How do your relationships progress? Oof, that fell out. Okay. And then how do they normally end up? How do Sagittarius's relationships normally conclude? Okay. All right. So, very, very interesting here. So, Sagittarians, this is your card. This is the Seven of Wands. This normally indicates a person or denotes a person who stands up for the things that they believe in and fights typically for the person that they're interested in. So you are a fighter and a lover, it seems, and you do your best to kind of be as clear in your communication as possible when it comes to to interacting with the person of that is your love interest. What we see here is that you currently, the way you approach love is that you're a type of person that's very sentimental. You've got a soft spot. You've got a bit of you know, a soft edge to you, and you typically wear your heart on the sleeve. This is very typical of people who are Six of Cups energy. And for many of these types, the most important thing for them is finding the right partner who's going to make them feel right, who's going to be able to take in all the sentimental aspects of being in a relationship. So it's very, very good, very, very positive energy. And normally this comes in between the 5 and the 7 of cups. 5 of cups, you tend to bounce back quite well from disappointments. That would be the 5 of cups. And then the 6 of cup moves into the nostalgic aspects. And then the 7 of cups means that you also tend to have some choices available to you. So you can possibly be quite attractive to people, or at least gregarious enough to the point in which you can actually attract people with just your words. You don't have to be like, Henry Cavill, or, I don't know, who's the really top people in okay, yeah, I'm pretty much daft when it comes to like pop culture, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. But yeah, basically, the type of people you attract are people who typically um, like themselves to appear mysterious. They also can seemingly, you can attract people who are, usually either emotionally mature or emotionally secretive. And the person will normally appear to you at first that they have all this stuff together, and they will, usually offer the cup of love to you. So you kind of like, even though you will pursue people normally, like when you find the right person that you want to be in a relationship with, you tend to attack people who seemingly are emotionally mature. Whether or not they play out that way in the end is another matter. So the way your relationships start is essentially you enter a phase in which you are very, either A, you're very sought after, or B, you have to fight for this person's love. And you normally have to fight amongst a slew of suitors, which normally is either approaching your love interest or is approaching you. And so, depending on how that goes, because some people are very attractive, they get the people, and others really have to put in a lot of work and energy in order to get to the person that they're interested in. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about the 5 of Wands. Oof, God. Okay. Card explosion. Um, so, in your case, what it kind of notes, the way you approach your relationships is oftentimes you act like you're unbothered, and that you don't really want to pursue the relationship at first because you have other pressing matters to take care of. So, for example, you could be in this King of Pentacles energy, and this Eight of Pentacles energy normally denotes someone who doesn't really want to put the work in or the effort in at first. Um, this can, in many ways, you know, be the case in which you play hard to get with others. So, in your case, like you say, for example, you meet someone and you just want to be kind of coy and cool in the beginning. You don't want to necessarily spill everything out. But as you interact with this person and you know that they're a good match for you or a good fit, then that's when you start to spill it out. And oftentimes you have to take a bit of time in order to understand if it's really the person that you want to be with, because then you have the hermit energy here, which is you going inwards and trying to determine whether or not this is going to be a suitable match. Even if you've done the deed before then or that, when it comes to commitment, you're a bit more in the mind of, okay, yeah, we've shagged, but on the other hand, I need to take a little bit more time to assess whether or not this is going to be the right person for me long term. So, that said, the way your relationships progress is something a little bit strange about this. So, what I see is that this Sagittarius that I'm reading for typically likes to play hard to get, because in the beginning, there's a lot of competition, you're playing it cool. And then as the relationship progresses, I'm getting the energy, possibly, if this resonates with you, great. If not, not so great. Well, whatever. I get a person because we have 2 5s here. We have the 5 of Cups and we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is on the emotional and the practical level. You know, the relationship begins to become very disappointing, and you begin to feel out in the cold. Now, this can come one of two ways. Now, number one, either you get with people who typically, hit it and quit it, as we would say. Um, and they're the types that, might be the bad boys, bad girls, whatnot, and they emotionally withdraw from you, leaving you emotionally drained, and they also withdraw from you in the material as well. This could also indicate that maybe you let fears and insecurities get to you to the point where you feel like you have abandonment issues and you're just like, oh, well, don't go, I loved you, and then things, progressively decline. So I'm going to pull one clarifying card to try to understand what this is about. We have another five. How the hell did we draw three fives from this? Look up the significance of the number five in your, in numerology and so on. Five is a number of change, it's a number of difficulty as well, because it makes the stability of the four imbalanced as well. However, it is something where we learn lessons. And typically with number fives, we then get into the Hierophant because Hierophant is the number fifth, is the number five card in the major arcana. And the Hierophant is actually what teaches people lessons and has done so throughout the ages. So what we're seeing here is that we're learning as the relationship proceeds, you begin to learn things about yourself, which may not be so savory in your eyes. I have never in my life drawn three fives at once. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords in the reverse. What this indicates is that you just don't want the drama, and sometimes you don't want to deal with the heartache of being let go of or abandoned in a relationship. So you just typically will go back into this kind of earthly energy. I'm going back into hermit mode. I'm not going to work on this. I'm going to focus on my coin. And this could indicate a person who's been upset, hurt, and displeased a lot by their love choices because they typically remain in the Six of Cups energy. One thing that we can say about this is that with all these fives, it could indicate a lack mentality, which could feed into the loss in the relationship. Because what we see at the end of this relationship is the Lover's card in the reverse. Clarify Lovers in the reverse. Yeah. So, of course, this had to come out. This also came out as well. I don't think I'm taking all these coins. Well, maybe I could take all these coins. I mean, take all these cards. We got two pairs of cards that fell out. We have, in the Lovers reversed, is clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So you had the Five of Wands initially. The one that's missing between the two of them is the Six of Wands. So you feel like you don't have a success, any kind of success in the relationships that you typically go after. It starts out great, but there may be some rose colored or rose tinted glasses that you would typically wear when you deal with people in relationships. And I think that these fives come about because you do have a more um, distorted view of the people that you let into your life. The Five of Cups is typically disappointment. Five of Pentacles after that follows, and that leads to. So if we was to read it here, like in a timeline, you're disappointed. You experience the Five of Cups energy. And then after that, you experience the Five of Pentacles, being abandoned, left out in the cold. And then after that, the Five of Swords in the reverse. It's like, I don't want the last laugh. I don't want to worry about having the last word in, edgewise, whatnot. I'm just going to kind of walk away from this and just leave it alone. So be mindful of that. Be mindful when you realize that you feel like you're in this kind of lack mentality. That's when the Lovers in the reverse takes place. It's like you lose that attachment to this person that you've once held in such high regard. You then move from the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands. It's like when you know the relationship is ending, you just switch off. You switch off completely, you know it's dead, done, and over with. And additionally, you begin to push the person away. And then what happens after that is we move into the Eight of Cups and the Page of Wands in the reverse. So it's like you're not really interested in there. You lose the spark immediately and you go off to kind of find someone new. Um, so yeah, try to look at those abandonment wounds because it's at the center of your reading. This is about how the relationship progresses. So if it starts off great and it moves into this energy where you just like, I've been hurt before, I don't feel like throwing my emotional energy into that. And then it's like when things do start to go south, try to note what things do go south in your relationship before seeing the external person saying to you, well, oh, well, it's their fault. You know, blaming the other person. Oh, it's their fault. What is going on within you that is attracting these people that are not necessarily the best options for you to go with? And furthermore, what would you say about your approach to love and how it actually affects the outcomes of your relationships? If this happens constantly, then there's something within that we would want to look at. I'm going to pull one card of advice and then we'll end it from there. Card of advice for Sagittarius. So there you go. Universe has spoken on that. Ace of Cups. Now, when we look at the Ace of Cups, we typically think about someone not just who receives a love offer. It's so easy to receive a love offer for some people, but to be completely content and full of love within. That is the key to successful relationships. One thing, Rich Locke talks about it quite a bit in detail, and he especially relates this to the Nine of Cups in the reverse, where the person is codependent and they need other people. And this could be a lesson for you as well. When we attract people in our lives and that we feel that this person does not fulfill us in a specific way, that's when we act out of fear of abandonment. Because it's like we're expecting this person to do something when they don't fulfill that. And when we're also wearing rose tinted glasses, that's when we start to feel the lack energy and then we start blaming the other person and then, abandoning that person altogether. So you losing interest in this could be the result of a lack of fulfillment and love from within. Look at the things that make you happy in the absence of relationships and ask yourself, is this specifically what am I embodying and mirroring the type of love that I want in my life? If I'm attracting a certain person over and over and over and over and time again, then maybe I need to go within, find out exactly how I love myself. Once my own cup is full, then I have it to offer to other people, and no one can take away this, feeling of joy from my life. And I won't be in this five energy. What I'm going to be in instead is abundance, no matter where I am. So that's pretty much it, Sag. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to keep these too long. Thanks so much for your time and attention for today. And this has once again been Aluminum Tarot. If you like this reading, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, and please ding that notification bell. If you'd also like a personal reading with me, feel free to contact me in the information provided in the description box below. Please do not reach out. Please do not respond to anybody that would reach out in the comments saying, you've won a free prize, you've won a new reading, or, some other bollocks like that. Just go through the link that I provide in the description box. Do not respond to these WhatsApp numbers and all this rubbish. That's pretty much it. Rant over. Thanks so much. Take care. Until next time, love and light.